So we've got to take a trip to Virginia because what is going on in Virginia right now is absolutely crazy. It will most definitely make your jaw drop. So make sure you guys smack that like button. And if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. And let's jump right on into what is going on in Virginia.
Virginia Democrats have decided to propose a gun ban on certain guns that fit their criteria listed in the bill. And that bill is headed to the desk of Abigail Spanberger. Now, if y'all remember, Miss Spanberger did not run on gun control. She claimed to be a moderate. And looky here, just a few months into her reign of power, and we already have proposed legislation for gun control. This should concern you because while they use the terminology of automatic weapons and high-capacity magazines, they also made sure to outline individual criteria of weapons, such as the ability for silencers to be used, for scopes to be applied. The term semi-automatic in general is convoluted. We are a Glock family. We have numerous Glocks. They're considered semi-automatic. But I think the biggest issue with this bill is, number one, once again, the constituents of Virginia were not told that this was going to be a proposal. So let's recap Virginia as a whole since Abigail Spanberger has been in office. You guys have had 3 times of an increase of your utility bills because as soon as she got her ass into office, she made sure to re-sign up for the greenhouse initiatives. She has also implemented and proposed 56 new taxes that will affect every single Virginian. And now you're faced with a proposed gun ban that seems to top the list. Virginia Democrats have decided to propose
Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff going on here. And when you read the fine print, it gets a little crazier. It really does.
The Virginia Democrats are being hypocritical. They're trying to pass a lot of bills right now that have to do with gun restrictions. And here's one of them. This is House Bill 110, relating to handguns and unattended motor vehicles. So we go down here to G. The provisions of this section shall not apply to any member of the General Assembly who leaves a handgun in an unattended motor vehicle when such vehicle is parked in any parking structure reserved for the members of the General Assembly. So they are allowed to bring their gun to work, but they can't bring it in to where they work, so they can leave it in an unattended vehicle, but you can't do that. They are trying to restrict how you protect yourself. It's always this. They always have bodyguards. They have the gated community. They're protected, but they don't care about you. They always preach something, but they will never do it themselves. And also, I heard now they're trying to also pass the bill where they're only allowing 10 to 15 rounds per magazine. What are you guys, California? California only allows 10 rounds per magazine. Why do people keep voting these people in that do not care about your safety? And also now they're trying to up taxes too. They don't care about your well-being one bit. All they care about is lining their pockets with money.
And my question is, how many guns out there carry less than 10? Like, there's handguns that carry well more than 10. So that in and of itself is quite crazy. But, you know, this is Democrats for you, right? Even though Abigail Spanberger ran as a moderate, you know, she tried to play the middle ground a little bit, you know. She was far left the entire time. Which I kind of had the idea when she refused to say anything negative about the Attorney General. I believe it was the Attorney General who was basically advocating for the pine boxing of Republicans. Like when she didn't want to answer that question directly, I knew, yeah, this chick is cuckoo. You know, she's crazy, absolutely crazy.
So in case you're wondering if elections do have consequences, Democrats have had the trifecta of power in Virginia for, mere days, and they are already pushing through a bill that would ban assault weapons throughout the state. But these aren't the quote-unquote assault weapons that you and I would normally think of. No, they define an assault weapon as a semi-automatic rifle or a pistol with a fixed magazine capacity in excess of 10 rounds. Now, if you have ever shot a gun in your life, you would know that most guns have magazines that carry more than 10 rounds. And unlike in other states, you can't just be grandfathered in. So if you are a Virginia citizen with a pistol that has more than 10 rounds, so basically everyone, you are immediately a criminal if this law is signed. And the icing on the cake here is that the state senator who wrote this bill is an immigrant who was born in Bangladesh. So the people who are writing our laws, who are pushing these anti-2A bills, are not even from America to begin with. So all of this to say, local elections matter. They might even matter more than just voting in presidential elections.
Yeah, they absolutely do matter. Absolutely do matter. And I would argue that, yeah, they probably matter a little bit more than federal elections. Not to say federal elections aren't important as well, because they are. I mean, could you imagine Kamala Harris and Democrats running this country right now? Holy crap. The trouble that we would be in. My goodness. Could you imagine gas prices? What gas prices would be? Now, yeah, sure, gas prices are a little bit high, which it's the gas companies gouging us Americans, right? It's not, because we basically get like no oil from the Strait of Hormuz. We don't get our oil from over there. So why would gas prices be going up? The oil companies want to make some more money. But even with gas prices being up right now, they're still not as high as they were under the Biden administration. So could you imagine Kamala trying to run the show? Jeez. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, not at all. But that's not all, right? I mean, well, first off, there's lots of people talking about this all across the internet. I mean, I've got so many clips right here that I'm looking at. I mean, here's another one.
A Bangladeshi Muslim in the Virginia. So did you guys know that a Bangladeshi Muslim in the Virginia State Senate has introduced bills that would not only gut the First Amendment, but the Second? And the one that would gut the Second Amendment has passed the legislature and has now been sent to Governor Spanberger's desk, which is possibly the worst governor in the country that this could have been sent to. So the first bill, which is already at Governor Spanberger's desk, would ban the sale, manufacture, and importing of all guns classified as assault weapons and magazines that hold more than 15 rounds. That's already at her desk. Second one is introducing a definition of Islamophobia to the state of Virginia, but it's appended to the statute on assault and battery. So that's kind of sneaky, but here's what it says. It says the bill amends a Virginia law to define Islamophobia, in quotes, as malicious prejudice or hatred directed towards Islam or Muslims. So that would be the legal definition if this passes, a hatred of Islam or Muslims. That's a de facto blasphemy law. This is the United States of America. We are allowed to hate Islam if we want to, okay? And no one moving here from Bangladesh is allowed to tell us otherwise while simultaneously trying to disarm us as a population. Saddam Salim. We're allowed to dislike Islam if we want. If we want, we can burn your holy books in a little pit while dancing around and firing off our pew-pews. And I'm sorry you missed the memo that that's part of what this country entails. But it's time maybe that somebody let you know. Anyway, Saddam Salim, child of homeless Bangladeshi immigrants, true story by the way, who's trying to gut the Second Amendment, gut the First Amendment, while hiding behind the protections that the First Amendment affords. Elections have consequences, so does not standing up to the powers that be. So did you guys know that?
Facts. So yeah, you heard that there. Not only coming after the Second Amendment, but going after the First as well. It doesn't stop, ladies and gentlemen. It does not stop. And you know what else is happening? Check this out.
Virginia just passed a bill that prioritizes government contracts based on race and gender. The bill, HB 61, is now sitting on the governor's desk waiting to be signed. So here's what it does. It forces state agencies to hit a 42% quota for SWAM businesses, meaning businesses owned by minorities, women, or certain designated groups. It also sets aside government contracts under $100,000 specifically for those businesses. Translation, if you're a small business owner who doesn't fall into those categories, you're pushed to the back of the line, not because of price or quality or experience, but because of race and gender quotas. That's not equality. That's state-mandated discrimination in government contracting. And it's happening right here in Virginia.
Yep. I mean, Virginia is an absolute mess. Absolute mess. And they're going to be in a whole legal mess here shortly as well. Okay? Because of all of this nonsense. And this comes on top of, and you heard it earlier in the video, this comes on top of
that's the new
taxes out the wazoo. You know, so Abigail Spanberger, somebody who ran as a moderate, somebody who ran on affordability, is now trying to tax the crap out of Virginian citizens. Check it out.
New Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Abigail Spanberger, ran for that office as a moderate. But the executive order that she talked about is state and local police not cooperating with ICE to get criminal illegal immigrants. There's also a list of, now the Democrats control the legislature, that a number of bills that have been put forward. You can't read it here, but let me just go through it. Sales tax on Uber Eats, Amazon, sales tax on admissions to a variety of businesses, create 2 new higher tax brackets, 10% tax bracket for anyone making over $1 million, 3.8 investment tax, raise the hotel tax, new personal property tax on landscaping equipment, ban gas-powered leaf blowers, guarantee illegal aliens free education, make it illegal to approach somebody at an abortion clinic, extend the time absentee ballots can be received after Election Day, allow people to cast their votes electronically through the internet, expand ranked choice voting, extend the deadline for ballot curing, redact the addresses of political candidates from FOIAs, add Virginia to the National Popular Vote Compact, make it illegal to hand count ballots, $500 sales tax on firearm suppressors, assault weapons and large capacity magazine ban, 11% sales tax on all firearms and ammunition, prohibit outdoor shooting of a firearm less than 5 acres, lower the criminal penalties for...
I want to stop there. Prohibit outdoor shooting of a firearm on less than 5 acres. I'm going to let that marinate for a minute. They want to prohibit outdoor shooting of a firearm on less than 5 acres. So what does that mean? Somebody breaks into your home, you fire off you shoot your firearm, okay, to defend yourself, to protect yourself, and now you in trouble because you just let off a round on less than 5 acres.
Robbery, ban the arrest of illegal aliens in courthouses, remove mandatory minimum sentences, allow localities to install speed cameras, and replace Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day.
What a mess. What a mess. Dog walking tax, dog grooming tax, gym membership tax, dry cleaning tax, counseling tax, storage facility tax, event tax, home repair. You gotta pay taxes when you want to repair your own darn home. Vehicle repair tax, digital personal property tax, tax on fantasy sports contest. Like, my goodness. Like, whatever they could possibly tax, like they're trying to tax, but they ran on, or Abigail Spanberger ran on, affordability. Meanwhile, they want to give illegals free services. And in order to do so, they want to take the money from you. Don't vote Democrat. That's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say about that, man. It is a whole mess. A whole mess in Virginia right now. A whole mess. But take this as a lesson. Do not buy it when these Democrats say that they are moderates. Do not buy it. There is no moderate Democrat. They don't exist. They don't exist. Simple and plain. Every single Democrat is far left. It's far left. Just saying. Extremely far left. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smack that like button. Really helps out. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And check out the second channel. It's called Extra Rich. Link is down below in the description. Peace and love. I'm out.